go. Got to get it all right. Welcome to the class. It's one of those things. That's how class session looks. I didn't know my phone was dead. All right. So our case study has picked her course, and so we're gonna look at what that looks like. The actual FSC class picked out the case, the course study. So when I do classes where I weave in effort, focus, and commitment into someone's class list, that becomes it's more involved. I really I'm gonna dive deep into the class course curriculum. I'm really excited about what that means. And I'm excited to give all of you, the viewers, a look at how the first step coaching classes really commence. So I come on, I greet everybody, ask if anybody have any questions starting off, and I just kind of, take questions as they come in, and then I go into teaching. So that's pretty much what we're going to do today. Have the course curriculum. Just making sure I get the information proper. That's how it usually goes. And it's like any kind of teaching class. You get in there, you kind of adjust your material. So I'm comfortable in this space. Anybody being nervous, everybody get the stuff together. So in general, effort, focus, and commitment is the proven method that I've set up for people to create change. And that's why it's a free download. It's introduction to our company, First Step Coaching, powered by Heavenly Bodies. It's opportunity. So I'm gonna go ahead and screen share that real quick for all of you here. All right. I'm over here right now just sharing the EFC workbook with the audience, the viewing audience right now, real quick. Exciting announcements today and all that. So it's a lot of stuff going on right now. But be that as it may, so the EFC workbook is a free download, and we have to own our change, right? I mean, if you want change to happen, it's not just going to happen, right? Change just doesn't happen. If you believe in miracles, believe that you have to play a part in that miracle. And I know a pastor at one point was teaching about how it took people's belief to make the miracles that Jesus actually worked for them. It was a two-part thing. So it was his power and then their belief in it, right? So I'm saying the same thing: effort, focus, and commitment. Like you can make awesome things happen for yourself, but your belief in that fact that you can do it and you put work into it, is going to make it all happen for you. Like with me. So I feel like I have this company running well, reaching out to local businesses. I have people. I got case studies I'm working with. So I'm building the program up from the ground up to make sure that I can, the first time you hear me speak, to actually becoming a client on the program, that you are comfortable, that you know the value, that you know what's happening, and that things are progressing you towards your goals. If you have a challenge that you haven't overcome, it's doubly important for you to become a member of the First Step Coaching Program, because you may be stuck by that challenge, that trial tribulation. You're going to be dealing with that until you triumph over it. You're going to be in it. So take the first step out of that situation by getting some help. All right. Asking for assistance is the first sign of strength. It's a true sign of strength to ask somebody for help for something that you're having problems with. All right. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we still can't raise our hand and say, hey, teacher, I need help with that. All right. So with that being said, this workbook right here is a free download. And when you first go to the page, the landing page, it talks a little bit about who I am and what I've been through, my experience a little bit in the industry, and what I'm doing now. So you definitely want to download that workbook, get to know the company, get to know me and my coaching style, and then we'll move forward. All right. So did you get a chance to send that over to us?
Yes, I did. I just sent it.
Okay. So I'll go over here. I'll go both ends. I'll do both things. I'll pull it up here on this end for the class, and then I'll go ahead and share the information for sure. All right. So yeah, not so the options. So which one did you pick?
Number two.
Number two. Okay, yeah. So the information that I sent you on number two, the screenshots of your course curriculum, that's what I was looking for. So yeah, I have access to that. I was looking to make sure that that we're on the same page with what we're teaching on today. So for those of you who don't know, course number two is on the list of course options. Is number two is the mindset shift in 7 easy steps. So if you want to shift your mindset in 7 easy steps, I have a 6-month course just for that. And weaving the EFC into it is how we keep those measurables involved. All right. So I want to make sure that you all see the measurables by getting out here the course curriculum. But what she's showing here me right here, I'll show you all what she's showing me real quick. I'll screen share. So the course curriculum, I put it into a document, and let's see. No, that's what I need. I don't need that. I got so many I got so many tabs up here, it's not registering all of them. So let me go ahead and try it again. That's what I want. I want the first step coaching leads. All right. So I'm trying to screen share right now for everybody. My first step coaching course curriculum, so they can see what you're looking at over here. All right. There it is. Okay. So I sent out to my email funnel people who are signing up for the classes. They can see it now. So I have the whole list. So choosing number two is the first step coaching curriculum. So my case study has chosen mindset shift in 7 easy steps. And as you can see, I have a number of course curriculums. If none of these fit what you're looking for, then I can definitely tailor something just for you. But what it will be is it'll be the EFC workbook 6-month course, and we'll just get you that skill set, right? And then we'll sprinkle something of definitely into it. But I want to make sure that I have a course curriculum already set out for you guys and gals that are on the program. So we're going for number two. All right. Number two, that looks good. Mindset shift in 7 easy steps. All right, cool. So let me go over here and look at what we have in the inbox to see what it is. All right. That's not it. That's not it. Let's see. All right. So my email hasn't, it says it came in, but it didn't. All right. So it went to my different email. All right. Let's go. Yeah. So the for Coach Taibu. So I sent it out to you from my Mu'addib Global, from the parent company. So I'm gonna forward this over to Taibu Mu'addib. You can always email me for more information at for Coach Taibu at gmail.com. So that's where we will send these to screen share. Love it. Love it. All right. Forward that for Coach Taibu. Bam. And this kind of technical stuff is important to get done ASAP. As the class gets prepared, any questions that you have about the information before we start?
Not right now. I'm excited to get started.
Okay, yeah. So it's important. It's important that we have this. I got this one. Let's see. Did you send it as attachments, or did you send one? Did you send one email? Let's look. Let's look and see.
I think I sent 2 emails.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. There. All right. So I got that one set up, and then what do we have? All right. Yeah, you definitely sent 2. Let's look at that second one. Yeah, so the one JPEG. So what I basically have right here, the way it looks. Nope. Let me explain. So I have this. So what you provided was the 7 steps themselves that we're going to walk through. But then the actual 6-month plan, right? You see where it says turn into a 6-month course curriculum at the very bottom. That's also what I sent you. Do you still have that? Because I can look it up if you don't.
I should have it if you sent it.
So for the viewing audience, I'll go ahead and show my viewers over here while you're looking that up. So for the viewing audience over here right now, what I want to do is I want to go over here and I want to screen share for you what it looks like. So it's definitely as you asked for. So I've definitely, when I line them up, I come straight at it. So we have the 7 steps, right? So shifting from a self-destructive to a self-empowerment mindset is a transformative journey. But with dedication and effort, there goes that word. What's that word? Effort, right? Effort, focus, and commitment. We got it in there. So with dedication and effort, it's absolutely achievable. Here's a 7-point plan to assist you making this shift. So I've lined it up for you. So self-reflection and awareness, identifying triggers, replacing negative self-talk. I did a whole podcast on replacing negative self-talk. And how to deal with it, how to approach it, setting realistic goals, and surround yourself with positive influences. Those are the first 5 steps. We'll look at 2 more here. Embrace failure as learning opportunities and practice self-care. I like this. I like the self-care one because the self-care is a component that's going to be in all of my programs, because when we're functioning at a high level, we know that our appearance gives us certain self-confidence. And that's obviously, day one, self-care. Let's go. The reason why it's down here, number 7 on the list, is because, and this is why I'm good at what I do, everybody, because if you don't do these other things first, it's not going to matter. You can mask all the other stuff, and we've accomplished nothing. Does that make sense? All right. So yeah, we definitely have that. We definitely have that going for us. So what I want to do now? Did you locate that? Because I can find it on my own.
I just got a screenshot.
Okay. Yeah. That's all I need. That's why I sent to you, just so you know. I mean, I have the documentation. I just, like I said, I'm running behind, so I wanted to see if you had it. And that's a good thing. It's my challenge to you. Have it right there on your, have it right there so you can see it every day as you're going through the course. All right. So now, if you look at number 1, self-reflection and awareness, start by recognizing and acknowledging the negative patterns and destructive thoughts that hold you back. Now, this is key because last week when I first started talking about the 2 free weeks everybody can get from coaching with me, I was talking about the emotional and the mental challenge that we were doing for that week. Does that make sense? And the challenge was simply this: spend a half an hour every day, right? Looking at what you want to achieve, right? And then the number one goal stopping you from achieving it. And then that's all mental, that's all like logistics. Then I want you to spend 10 or 15 minutes after that half an hour, so 45 minutes total. That last 10 or 15 minutes of your self time, I wanted you to talk about how you your emotional attachment to your goal. So if it's to lose weight, how do you feel after you lose that weight? If it's to have more money, how will having more money make you feel when you have that financial freedom? So I want you to look at your feelings surrounding that, right? So this is what it says right here. Self-reflection and awareness. Start by recognizing and acknowledging. We recognize what causes us pain, but a lot of us don't acknowledge it. Am I making sense to you? So acknowledging it, acknowledging the negative patterns of censorship does. So it's the first one's the toughest. That's why EFC is necessary. That's why going through the EFC course before you begin something like this is probably smart, because you want to know by putting a lot of effort into something. Today, what I want to look at is if we get into the chat section. I'm gonna go into the chat section over here on my Zoom for the class. Let me go in here and see what we have. Right. All right. So 1 to 10. Okay. From 1 to 10, how much effort do you put into actually acknowledging the negative patterns and destructive thoughts that hold you back right now? Acknowledging them, like owning it, writing it down, dealing with it, journalizing it. How much effort do you put in writing? It's okay if you're a 1. I want you to put in the chat section right now, how much effort do you actually put into documenting or addressing via meditation in the morning or in the evening? How much actual time do you spend on acknowledging the negative behavioral patterns or destructive thoughts that hold you back? Okay, okay. So then that's high. If you put an 8 on that, well, I'm glad that she put an 8. Everybody, I'm glad that that's really really high to start off with. That's high. Um, so it says, be honest with yourself about the areas you need to improve. So if you're already at an 8, then my thoughts is I can see why you chose this course curriculum, right? Because you shouldn't be putting that much effort, energy into looking at the negative stuff off the bat. You know what I'm saying? That might sound counterintuitive, but you shouldn't be spending, if you're spending a lot of time thinking about negative stuff in your life and destructive thoughts, if you're having, if you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like a 4, if that. I'm like a 3, 4. I probably don't spend nowhere near enough time giving place to the negative stuff and the destructive thought. Does that make sense? Um, uh, so you're all like, wow, why, nah. Some things you don't want to be at a 10 at, right? If you're a gossiper and I say how much time you spend gossiping, you don't want to be a 10, do you? Right. But you see I'm going with this? And this is why you guys and gals out there need a life coach, because you're thinking it's a good thing if you're acknowledging it all the time. No, that's not. You don't want to put a lot of effort, energy into negativity. Am I getting somewhere? Okay, okay. So now, all right. So, but these are areas where you need to improve. So this is going to help us out. Watch this. So now, since you put that much time into it, this should be easy for you. I want you to put down the top 3 things that are areas you need to improve. Since you spend that much time on, you have at least 3 things that you want to improve through the program. That makes sense. Go ahead, put them in the chat area. I won't repeat them. This is your, personal, situation that you're working on, and we'll do a touch point on these later. And but for the class purposes, when everybody's that's in the class is over here striving, they'll be able to see it. I'm not gonna repeat it because you guys are just the viewers and the viewing audience. You're not really committed members yet. Hopefully you will be. But the point is is that we want the class members to support each other. That's why being a part of the First Step coaching community is such a big deal. When you're a part of our community, you'll see what other people are struggling with. It may be something similar, and then that person figuring it out, or you can have the person. Now we have a collective mindset mentality. We're our own AI group, and we all come together to help that one person further it. So each class, I will have one student stand up and read, or stand up and answer the question. It's teaching, it's learning. All right, let's go. I'm excited. Let's do it. Okay. All right. Those are good ones. Those are good ones. All right. That's awesome. So I'm gonna close the chat area. All right. So now let me stop the share now, because this is how we did the EFC into it. Let's go into the EFC. Bam. I'm gonna screen share that for all of you, because I want you to download the workbook. I want you to get to that. All right. So this is the actual workbook. This isn't the landing page. So what you're seeing here is you're seeing the actual workbook itself. Now, Ms. Peace, have you gone through this workbook? Have you gone through the workbook before? Okay.
Sorry. Well, no, I haven't. I wanted to pick my topic first.
Yeah. So then that's good. It's very organic then. All right. So what the areas that you need to fix, right? So I'll scroll down here. What I'll do is I'll take this, because I gotta, to get this over here for your screen share, I gotta send that to myself, so it's actually on the screen, right? So we'll do it like that. Bam. So I'm gonna send that to myself. That way I have it over there, and I can just pull it up for you to see it. All right. That makes sense. Yeah, we getting into it today. Our Saturday classes, boy, everybody come in fresh, middle of the day, when they get that learning, get refreshed, so they can, because Sunday is your preparation day, obviously. So you have a good class on Saturday. You should wake up Sunday, go to church, go to work, whatever, chill out, watch some football, whatever the case may be, but then get right into your new focus for the week. Line your activities up. All right. Okay. Link to workbook. Bam. All right. So I'm going to get this over there to you. So the effort, focus, and commitment workbook, you're going to see how it works seamlessly, right, with the course curriculum that we're on. So I have it on over there. I'm going to pull it up over here. I'm going to go to that, open it up in this right here. And then this will be what I'll use to screen share over here. And I'm getting better at using Zoom. So bear with me. I'm getting much better with it, but I can get this done by simply, I don't need that. And I thank God I got this iPad, because it definitely makes it easy for me to do this. Spend more time on it. Bam. Can you see it over here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Go Taibu. All right, I'm killing it. All right. So now when you look at the very first introduction, I knocked that out in the beginning. So the introduction, it says, identify your internal aspiration. What's an aspiration? It's what you aspire to. Whatever you aspire to have a better relationship, to make more money, whatever the case may be, whatever you aspire to, that's what's going on internally, right? You're suffering internally because you have not realized your aspiration. That makes sense? So that's why we're here today, Miss Peace. Let's go. All right. So as you can see, it tells you to identify that. But shortly after that, what does it ask you to do? It asks you to switch gears and write down in as few words as possible what exactly happens to be the number one obstacle standing in between you and that life. Bam. That makes sense? So in the chat area, I asked you to write down 3 things that you need to improve. So I can see that you want to improve those things because they're hindering you from being the best version of you, right?
Yeah.
Use your words now. We live now. Let's go. um, so it says, uh, if there are any other issues, write those out. So I want you to identify. If I look in this chat area, you put three things, and I asked for three things for a reason. Because when if I ask the person, this is my education popping in, right? If I ask you, like, to give me the number one thing holding you back, you have to think too hard. If I say give me the top three things, that's easy, right? It's like this, and this, you know. But the number one thing causes more consternation. It takes more effort, wouldn't it, Miss Peace? So, with that being said, now that we have those three things out there, which one, now that you can see them, which one do you believe is the number one obstacle keeping you from the aspiration that you want, right?
I think definitely positive thinking.
Okay. Yep. So let's go with that. And I was gonna say that since the course you chose was a mindset shift, bam, there we. You see how this is lining up?
Right.
It seems simple when you're working with somebody that's a professional, right? That does this for a living. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On your own, everybody out there that's watching this live, on your own, it may be difficult without this construct to really prioritize and get to really what's holding you back. I just don't want Miss Speast, our case study. I don't want any of you out there to waste time and energy on trying to fix something that's not really holding you back. So I'm saving you time, money, both that, energy, lots of stress, stuff that, you don't want to waste that on stuff that's not helping you. Now that we got you, so we've locked in on the one that you've chosen. So clearly, when you're copying this, or if you use a Google document and you're just punching in information, we know what you're going to punch in there as the number one reason, and then we know what else you're going to put in there. All right. Now let's come down a little bit further. All right. The initial plan of action. Okay. Initial plan of action. Write out what steps are necessary. Okay. It says list additional resources. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So this, you can see now how doing those activities before you even get to the first part of EFC, you can see how focused you'll be now. Does that make sense?
Definitely. Planning for success.
They say if you don't plan to succeed, you plan to fail, right?
Right.
I just want everybody to see, if you're willing to do the work. I'm gonna just look at my people in the square in the face. I'm looking at you. If you're willing to do the work, this is not only transformative initially, immediately, but it's going to change your life forever, because you can't unlearn something. You can't forget how to walk, can you? You can't forget how to ride a bike. You can't forget how to chew your food properly. You see what I'm saying? There's things that you can't unlearn. You know what I mean? So the way that I have this system set up, you can't unlearn how to put yourself in a position to win, how to construct, how to prioritize what you want to do, and then look at the number one obstacle, because it makes no sense to fight a war when you what? Don't know your enemy first. And right now, until we get through at least the first course curriculum and through the EFC workbook, right now, your biggest enemy to your progress is you. That might have come across harsh to many of you, but your biggest enemy to your progress right now is you. So until we get through, you see what I'm saying? Until we get through this workbook, until we get through at least your first course curriculum, the first 6 months, right now, you are the reason that you don't have what you want. And the EFC workbook system, you can see how we'll get that out the way and we'll change that up for you. All right.
That sounds great.
Yeah. So you have some work to do. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have your assignment. By the time we go for our touch point, you'll have that work done and we'll be able to get into the effort part, right? Okay. So let's wrap this up. So the classes don't have to be 3 or 4 hours. They just have to have power. I have to take you from this place and put you here and get you going. So now let me go ahead and stop the share. All right. This is the motivational minute. Until I pointed the thumb at myself, I was no good to anybody. I was a mess. Now that I point the thumb at myself, I work with people better, longer, and stronger. I'm more apt to forgive. I'm more apt to be empathetic to others. I'm the kind of person you want to be around. I'm going to give you nothing but the best of me because I've cleaned it up, because I'm always cleaning this out. I'm always doing my self-cleaning, right? And I'm always thinking, how do I give a greater effort? What's the best strategy to handle this? You see what I'm saying? And then if I can get those two lined up, I know that I'm operating in a space of commitment to my goal. And if you're committed to your goal, you're going to reach that thing, right? You believe that? Yeah. That's the motivational minute right there for you. Once we get you into that committed space, you're gonna achieve your goal. And it might happen. It will probably. I set the system up for it to happen sooner than you think. You can't rush into commitment. You have to earn that. But once you have it, good Lord, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna add up. So get your work done. Right? Get the work done. That's gonna take planning. So put aside the time to get it done and work on it. If you have issues with it, our touch point you can go to Calendly, book your touch point, right? You know how to do that? Okay. I'll send you the link in the tutorial that in case you haven't done it yet. But if you understand, your touch point is just to get you to the next spot. All right. All right. Taibu Mu'addib right here. That is the Saturday class. Let's give a hand for our case study, Miss Speece. She's jumped into her course curriculum. She's going to get this mindset shift in 7 easy steps. We're going to walk her through that. The next 6 months is all you. Make sure that you document how this class made you feel. Make sure you send that video in to us at some point. They want to see it. I'll load it up on my YouTube page as a short. Let's get you going, all right? You're underway. And welcome to the First Step Coaching Program. Coach Taibu, that's the show. Now you know. All right.